guys here? My name is AJ, and we are going to be going on just a little bit of an adventure today. We are going to be taking the C8Z and the R8 V10 Plus over to the Collective. If you've not heard of them, they are in Gallatin, Tennessee. They recently opened up car storage, among other things, not just like a standard like U-Haul type storage, right? Like a car club, basically. So once we get there, I'll show you more of that. Let's get these cars started and get them on the road. Let's roll. You guys asked me in comments and DMs and different stuff, like how is it getting these cars out underneath the lift and how does it work and all that kind of stuff. So instead of just skipping it and pulling them out, for this video, we will go ahead and show kind of a POV as to what it is like. But first, I need to shut up so we can hear this car start. That's stop. That's stop. If you can't tell, it's dark in here, so I forgot the C8. You can't. I had the frunk just open because I had a towel in front of it and won't let you go and drive. So out we go. That's how you get out. You got to kind of hunch over. It's not the most ideal, but it does indeed work. Hunch screw here, and as you can see, so now this is how wide this car is, by the way. Wide. Okay, now I will show you guys. Like I said, let me roll the windows down and let's go ahead and open the mirrors here. So that's kind of what it looks like. I don't know if you can see in that mirror or not just how tight it really is, but let's go ahead and put her in reverse and let's roll back. Rinse and repeat. Got to get the R8 now, and we'll get that cold start, obviously. Collective. Like I said, it is more than just car storage facility. So again, we'll check that out whenever we get there. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed that POV of just seeing how to get the cars out. Again, I just get the question asked a lot. To me, obviously it's fairly normal. I've had a lift for quite a while. First time I've ever had two though. I haven't had two before we moved back to Tennessee, but yeah, not what everyone's used to. So hopefully that answered some questions and you guys thought that was kind of neat. And honestly, it is neat. It's just like the cars up top, I always say, like they just kind of like go to die because it's kind of a pain. First world problems, but it's a pain to get cars down because you got to move these cars out. Once they're out, then you got to get everything underneath them out of the way, like on the ramps, because, and again, that's me just setting stuff there. Maybe I shouldn't set stuff there and then we wouldn't have that problem. That's on me. But nonetheless, it just takes time. I mean, you're talking just to move a car around probably 30-40 minutes total. Like getting the actual lift down, like with you just hit the button, like it literally takes like think it's like 45 seconds or something, so it's not like it's like that long, but nonetheless, you guys get the point. But we'll get some rollers of the cars, because boy, that R8, I don't get to see it all the time on the road, and it is menacing on the road. Like, it's crazy. I don't know if you can see in the digital rear view, it might be blinking because of frequency, I don't know, but we'll try to get some other shots, drone footage and all that different stuff of the cars while they're out together, because it doesn't happen all that often. But figured we'd go down to this car show, both of us, and it's not too far away, which is nice. This car, I think the main thing that I wanted to cover in today's video, like, we're gonna go check out everything else, the collective and everything, right? So stick around for all of the points that I'm going to make in today's video. I will do a full video addressing both, but what are the differences and what do I like, pros and cons of the R8 V10 Plus versus the C8 Z06? Now, keep in mind, everyone sees that, you know, initially that it's a Gen 1 R8 and they're like, it doesn't count, it's not the same. Listen, that is a 2015 V10 Plus. It has a DCT, updated transmission, not an R-tronic, DCT, just like the new ones, and has a Capristo exhaust and all that stuff. It's pushing right around 600 horsepower. So, I mean, it's literally like 10 horsepower off of the new Gen R8. Like, it literally is very, very similar. A little bit of difference in the tuning, and that's honestly more or less the difference. A little bit different suspension, but it is dangerously similar, to be honest. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and cover some of the differences, pros. Did you just hear that? Oh, this car, the exhaust note. Now, I like both of them honestly equally. I love the V10. I love this V8 as well. In particular, the flat plane. It sounds incredible. It just sounds so good. And again, the V10 sounds great as well, especially that one has a Capristo. This is stock. Like, that's what impresses me. Like, if I put an actual exhaust on this, that'd be crazy. Now, my next point, other than exhaust, is handling. And to me, very similar. But the biggest difference, the R8 V10 Plus, she's all-wheel drive. This is not. And if they ever make a Z06X, that will be the ultimate car. It'd be pushing like roughly 850-ish horsepower because of the electric motors on top, and it'd be all-wheel drive. It would be insane. And that is the one downfall to this car, although I don't know how. This car is grippier and sticks better from a dig than my base 2021 C8. I say base, just the base, it's a 3LT. This sticks better from a launch. It doesn't make any sense, has more power. I'm gonna guess it's tuning related. Like, basically they just like taper it from the beginning, and then as soon as it gets grip, it's just full on basically unlocks. That's my best guess. I'm no engineer. But the grip in this is insane, but still not like the R8. The all-wheel drive is just on truly another level, which is great. That's a win for the R8 from a drivetrain standpoint. The all-wheel drive it's great. That R8 looks so good back there. Man, this car, it is fun. Now, suspension-wise, again, just started touching on it when we were talking about the drivetrain. I would say handling, I'm sure if you were on a track and you were pushing this to the utmost tenths, I'm gonna guess because of newer technology, I'm gonna guess the C8Z wins. Now, keep in mind, that's 2015, this is a 2023, so many years later, right? So a lot more technology, a lot more advancement, and I would say the C8Z is probably gonna win in that category, especially because this is mag ride and that car is not. For those of you that don't know, the V10 Plus does not have mag ride, and that is because the mag ride was always failing on all of the other R8s, and so they just felt that they could get away with not doing it on the V10 Plus, and they felt like it was more reliable handling, I guess, at that time. I don't know all the details. That's, again, partially what I was told, and yeah. So, with that said, the next point, you're gonna have to wait until after the collective. So let's get over there, and we'll talk about the last couple points here that I have, and I think they're pretty valid. Let's drop this thing in a track. Let's get a little pool, you know what I mean? This car's ridiculous. Like, it's so crazy for the money. Like, shifting so fast. Wow. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. This car is very interesting. To me, it's almost like an old Countach. Now, obviously, tons of differences, but the one thing with this era of cars that most people don't realize, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to figure this out, if you look at the seat, look at the steering wheel, it's offset to the right. Then, if you look at the pedals, like way down in there, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, I'll try to zoom in, the pedals are even further to the right. So you're almost sitting kind of at an angle, which is definitely unique. Not a lot of people, like, it's stuff that you don't realize whenever you just look at the pictures of these cars. Just like that, it was a good show. Let's roll. We're back on the R8, baby. The V10, and again, the all-wheel drive, it is unbelievable compared to the Z06. Z06 does really good, don't get me wrong. There's still a different feeling. There is no slip, it is just gone. Not even in sport mode. So, just goes to show you just how quick this car is off the line. And that sound, are you kidding me? Sounds so good. Before we get into the rest of this list really quick, just wanted to say, the Collective, what an amazing facility. If you guys want to store your car there, definitely highly recommend. It was very clean, very well done. The guys there, all super nice guys. And you can just tell, they are car guys through and through, and that's who you want looking after your car. Now, on to the rest of this video. So, we've talked about many of the differences and stuff like that, but pros and cons. The downside to the R8 is in order to listen to music, it's plugged in, as you can see there, because we have a head unit from 1402. Now, someone's gonna come at me and they're gonna go, bro, it's a 2015, chill. My 2014 Ford Fusion had Bluetooth and a touchscreen and everything. This was 198, 195, 198, somewhere there, $1,000 sticker, USD. It should have had Bluetooth. That is a big downfall for this car. I really wish it, you know, had that. Now, of course, I'm gonna have to, you know, switch out the head unit if I want to go that route, but I don't know if I will, because I've heard there's some glitches and stuff with them, but nonetheless, that's a downfall. The other thing is no cooled or ventilated seats. That's crazy. Again, my 2014 Ford Fusion had cooled / ventilated seats. Why doesn't this? This was almost a 200K sticker. Now, again, someone's gonna come at me and go, dude, that's not what that car's about. Listen, the R8 is supposed to be a more luxurious version of the Lamborghini Huracan. There's just no reason. It should have had it at that time. So whether you agree or you don't, and again, is it a huge deal? No, but it's something I do love on the Z06. Love having cool ventilated seats on hot days. It's super nice. So that is a big difference in luxury amenities, right? No front end lift on this. The 2015 Lamborghini Huracan, sure, it has front lift. This, no front lift, not even an option. So I love that on the Z06, having the front end lift. I did option that. I would never live without it on a C8, of any platform C8. So those are huge. Technology, updated things, all that stuff, right? That is a big deal. Hold on, we're about to do another pull here really quick. You can probably see the Z06 there. Here we go. Oh man, this car. Woo, that's fun. That's fun. All right, we'll take her out of sport, let her chill. Let's go ahead and get our cruise set, and we're set. All right, we're chilling, we're chilling. All right, now back to the list after we had a little fun there. We've been talking about technology, all of the different things that are upgraded in, of course, the 2023. And of course, that makes sense, it's newer. But again, my Ford Fusion, which was a 2014 and cost like 30K new, had many of the features this does not offer. So now, the big difference, this car draws attention, and the C8Z, I will say this, the C8Z draws way more attention than the base C8. I've noticed that already in ownership, like it's pretty crazy, like what it does draw, but it's still not like the R8, especially if you live kind of in like a country style community where we live now. The R8, you just don't see them. They're so rare, and especially this car, it's rare. And rightfully so. If I saw this car out and about, listen, I'd be doing a U-turn and talking to the owner as well, because I'd be like, dude, your car is sick. Like, I still do whenever I see other cars. I'm a car guy through and through. I just love seeing different cars, and this car draws attention. That's a big thing. So if you're looking for a car that's going to draw attention, the R8 is just way over a C8Z. Just being honest, that's just how it is. So, is what it is there. And again, I love taking the C8Z out sometimes too, because I'm in a hurry. I just want to go somewhere and go, do something really quick, and no one really talks to you about that car. So it's nice to kind of go incognito as well. Holy, we got some big birds over there. We don't need to hit them. But those are the main differences. Now, there is a couple of more that we could probably walk through in another video that's, a little bit more in depth, a little bit more about like the driving characteristics. I know we've talked on them a little bit, but not really in detail, right? Like, what does the steering wheel feel like in comparison one to the other? We'll get into that nitty-gritty in another video, but I wanted to at least kind of show some pros and cons to both. And the other thing is maintenance costs and insurance. That's another big one that I would like to cover in another video, maybe all together. But that at least gives you a good start if you are cross-shopping these cars, because they're very cross-shoppable, obviously. Then hopefully this helps you make a decision, and even if you're not, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, just having fun in both cars, a screaming V8 and a screaming V10. And just like that, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!